Document A, Under the Red Sun Memoir. In August 1966, Mao Zedong launched the Cultural Revolution, a communist revolution in China. He encouraged the creation of Red Guards to punish party members and others who held anti-communist ideas. He especially targeted the wealthy and the educated. He took away much of their land. This, however, did not happen without resistance. In the decade that followed, China was turned upside down as millions of Chinese youth attacked traditional symbols of power and people in authority, among them Communist Party leaders, teachers, and family members. Under the Red Sun is a memoir written by Fan Shao about her experiences during the Cultural Revolution, published in 2005. Here is an excerpt from the memoir. I was a seventh grader when the Great Cultural Revolution broke out. Growing up in the New China, we were fed with revolutionary ideas bathed in the red sunlight of Mao. We worshipped Mao the same way pious Christians worship their God, and we were completely devoted to him. I, myself, really believed that we were working for a paradise on earth and we were going to save the entire world. In fact, we did not even understand what revolution was and how other people in the world really lived. I was not allowed to join the Red Guards simply because my grandparents were rich before the communists took away their land, and my parents were considered intellectuals, which automatically made them anti-revolutionists, regardless of the fact that they had been following Mao's idealism since their early adulthood. As members of the university faculty, my parents were obviously in trouble. I, of course, was guilty by association. Only a 13-year-old girl, I became a target of the revolution. After that, I lost all of my friends and lived in perpetual fear for several years. Despite this unbearable life, I did not dare challenge my belief in the communist revolution. Instead, I wondered if it might be my parents who had done something wrong. I wrote a large propaganda poster against my parents to show my loyalty to Mao. My naivety deeply wounded the feelings between my parents and me. As I grew up, I slowly learned the truth behind the so-called revolution. I also realized that my family and I were relatively lucky compared with hundreds and thousands of innocent people who died in the endless political movements. I am very remorseful, and I still feel shaken as I think back on what happened during the Cultural Revolution.